body stiff with pain. She stirred up her hope and went to church again. For 18 years she kept the belief, if he would only touch her, she would find relief. Though bent out of shape, she was Abraham's seed, and moved by her faith, Jesus rushed to her knee. He reached out, he laid his hand upon her head, and with hell-shaken power, he suddenly said, "Woman, unloose. Woman, unloose from all the years of bondage, pain and abuse." He said,
You may be chained to the past, no hope for escape, haunted by memories of yesterday's mistakes. It's time to be free. You got to make up your mind. You can walk out of those chains and leave them behind. You can be free from words that held you captive and controlled your mind. Free from all those facades that you hid behind. Free from depending on what you thought you need. For he whom the Son sets free is free indeed.
I am indeed free. I can't stand for anything to be out of order. You know how it is. When you are having company over and want to make sure that everything is perfect. And I want to be sure that my guest knows that I prepared for them. I will never forget the day when Lazarus had invited Jesus and the disciples over to join us for dinner. And I was mad for such a short notice. But what could I say? Jesus was coming, the Master was coming to our house for dinner. Everything needed to be perfect. All day long I was running around, driving myself crazy and everybody else around me. Was the lamb tender? Did I season the greens? Was the biscuits baked just right? I wanted to even make my favorite macaroni and cheese. And after all of this, before I knew it, the guest starts to arrive. But the table wasn't set, the bread wasn't baked, nothing was prepared. And I was embarrassed. But when I looked at Mary sitting over there with the disciples listening to Jesus teach, I got mad because Mary of all people should have known better. Needless to say, I was hurt. Here I am doing all of this running around and Jesus didn't even notice. I asked him, "Do you even care that I'm trying to get all of this dinner ready by myself? Why don't you tell my sister to help?" And I just knew Jesus was going to take my side. But Jesus did what only he could do. He looked me in my eyes and said, "Martha, you worry too much. I appreciate your desire to make things nice, but in the end there is only one thing that matters. Your sister had already figured out." Jesus looked at me and I immediately understood. Jesus didn't want me to be a busybody. Jesus simply wanted me. He loved me for who I was and not what I did or how I did it. And since that day I learned to relax and sit back and let other people do what they do best without feeling challenged or threatened. Like my sister, I learned the real meaning of worship.
My name is Who? I represent the many others who follow Jesus.
Oh, okay.
We are nameless. We work hard. We hold down the fort. We get things done. Most of the time you don't even see us because we're working behind the scenes. We're visible but treated invisibly. And it's not even that we're doing anything to get recognition for what we do, but it just makes you wonder why so many are named and then there's many others. But you know what? We're not here to complain because we know that one day God will look at us and say, Well done, my good servant.
I did about what people said I did, even a little bit more. I felt that was the only way I could feel love. I didn't know the difference between love and lust. I didn't know it was worth more than just a one-night stand. So I made it work for me. Yeah, I took their money. Hey, I took your husband if he was willing to come. But one day I heard that Jesus was coming to Simon the Pharisee's house. I know you're wondering what a street woman like me would want with a man of the cloth. But I heard about his miracles, and I wanted to know if they were true. So I took my alabaster jar, I went over to Simon's house. When I saw him, I was drawn to him. I couldn't help but get closer and closer until I was right up on him, behind him. When I saw him, I just started crying uncontrollably. Before I knew it, I just fell to my knees and my tears were hitting his feet, and I took my hair and I dried his feet with my hair. I couldn't move. I couldn't speak. Sinful as I was, this sinless man took my breath away. I didn't know how to respond. You know, he didn't even stop me. I don't know what I was thinking. Next thing I know, I was kissing his feet. And you might think that's disgusting, but it was amazing. I didn't care who was looking at me. I was able to have an intimate relationship with Jesus without removing a piece of my clothing. Intimacy. Into me. You see? He looked into me and all I could feel was love. Real love. So I took that alabaster jar and I poured the perfume on his feet. Simon got mad, but Jesus dealt with him. But I know I haven't been the same since. It's true. Anybody in Christ, you are a new creature. Old things passed away. And behold,